Today, we delve into a chilling tale that has haunted one family for decades. This is the story of a strange woman who appears out of nowhere in a house that has stood in Hiroshima for over 30 years. The tale begins one eerie night when a 5-year-old boy, let's call him Hiroshi, was sleeping together with his family in a small room adjacent to the veranda on the first floor. Around 3 or 4 in the morning, just before dawn, Hiroshi suddenly woke up his sister, claiming he heard someone walking outside on the veranda. Through the thin glass doors, he saw her, a woman standing with her back facing him. Her blue skirt swayed slightly in the breeze. Her head was tilted at an unnatural angle. But when his sister looked, she saw nothing. Their mother scolded Hiroshi for waking everyone, but she couldn't shake off the uneasy feeling. The next day, fearing it might be an intruder, Hiroshi's father and grandfather searched the large barn next to the house but found no one. A year later, the family moved to Niigata for the father's job. One peaceful day, Hiroshi and his younger brother were playing Super Nintendo when Hiroshi's face turned pale, his eyes half open. He began to cough violently and vomited. His father rushed him to the hospital, but doctors found nothing wrong. When asked what had happened, Hiroshi pointed to the window with wide, fearful eyes and whispered, "The woman with the twisted neck, she was there." 5 months later, the family moved to Kanagawa, but the mysterious woman followed. One evening, as Hiroshi and his friends were leaving, he suddenly stepped back in horror. He had seen a white foot protruding from beneath the shoe cabinet in the shadows. Confusion turned to resolve when tragedy struck, and the family moved back to Hiroshima after Hiroshi's grandfather passed away. A week after the funeral, eerie images appeared in the developed photos. Black hair on the curtain, a face in the dark hallway, and a transparent handprint on the glass door. Years later, after renovating the house, Hiroshi's younger brother, now a teenager, heard strange noises coming from Hiroshi's old room. When he peered inside, he saw the woman's head perched on the curtain rail, her body hanging from the light cord, kicking the wall. His panic drew his father, but when they checked, she was gone. The fear was real, but the evidence was elusive. Seeking answers, the family asked the local priest for guidance. He revealed an old custom: families once hid children with disabilities in barns, away from society's eyes. When Hiroshi's father investigated the barn, he found a section sealed off with earthen walls and the floor removed. The truth about the mysterious woman remained locked away, trapped within the barriers of time. Even today, in that old house in Hiroshima, the echoes of past sorrows and mysteries linger, waiting for the light of truth to set them free. It was a sweltering night in late July. Akiko had just moved into her new apartment, hoping for a fresh start. But as she lay in bed, trying to cool off, she heard it, a strange sound coming from the ceiling. At first, I thought it was just the building settling. But it kept getting louder, more insistent. It sounded like something was crawling up there. Unable to shake her unease, Akiko called her boyfriend, Kenji, to come over and investigate. "Don't worry, I'll take a look. It's probably just a raccoon or something." Kenji climbed up to peek into the attic space above the closet. Akiko watched anxiously as he shone his flashlight into the darkness. Minutes passed in eerie silence. Akiko's heart raced as she waited for Kenji to say something, anything. "Kenji? What do you see up there?" Slowly, Kenji turned around. But the face that looked back at Akiko wasn't his own. His skin had turned ashen, his eyes were pitch black, and something viscous dripped from his mouth. You're probably safe." What happened next defied explanation. Kenji sat on the sofa, staring at the ceiling, his tongue flicking in and out at an inhuman speed. Then, without warning, he lunged at the food on the table, devouring everything in sight. Before Akiko could react, Kenji fled the apartment. She never saw him again. Weeks passed, and Akiko tried to forget that terrifying night. But the horror wasn't over. One night, as she hurried home, she saw a man under a streetlight. He wore tattered clothes and seemed to be reaching desperately for something in the air, something only he could see. His movements, they reminded me of Kenji that night. Akiko rushed home, her heart pounding. But as she opened her apartment door, a woman with long black hair hung upside down from the attic entrance, her face contorted in a twisted smile. "Welcome home. He's never coming back, you know." Akiko's terrifying experience raises many questions. What was in the attic that night? What happened to Kenji? And who, or what, was the woman in Akiko's apartment? Some say the summer heat in Japan can thin the veil between our world and the spirit realm. Others believe old buildings harbor dark energies that can possess the unsuspecting. Whatever the truth, Akiko's story serves as a chilling reminder that sometimes, the most terrifying things can happen in the places we consider safest, our own homes.